Alright, guys. First things first. Time and date. Arizona time. So, I told you guys. Right. Duh. Excuse me. Alright, guys. So, forward candle for the SPX 500. Forward candle. We have a 3 candle box forming right here. This forward candle closes here. So, since tomorrow is more CPI data, so this was going to be important for tomorrow. This is why it matters. This is what the news headlines will show. It tells how much price are up compared to last year. Good outcome for stocks. If it's lower than expected, it's going to be good. You'll see the Fed wanting to cut interest rates. If it's bad, if it's higher, the market could start a little recession or whatnot. We got core. It removes the food and energy. Shows that the true underlying trend. Inflation really is calmed down. Bullish for the stocks. Bad, higher. Fed stays strict bearish. So pretty much this is for inflation data. If this data is way too high, the market is gonna panic. If the inflation is mild, the market's gonna rally because it's something that the Fed can still take care of with a couple of rate cuts. But again, if numbers for, and also we got unemployment. Also, same thing. If unemployment is bad, mid bad, the market's gonna rally. If the unemployment is high, the market is gonna worry because of worries of a recession. Even though I believe we've been in a recession, especially with these bad numbers that we keep on somehow finding out. Summary: think of it as this: CPI is the final exam for the grade everybody looks at. Core CPI is like the teacher note showing how you did without the extra credit, the food and the gas. CPI is like a quiz score, small but shows what happens right now. Unemployment claims are like checking if people are still finding jobs. Makes fucking sense. So if people if the unemployment is going high, which I believe it is, the market, we're probably gonna have either some sort of retest on down. Again, it's gonna be your 745 to 830. That's what I said today too. Let's go over the S&P 500. Let's go yesterday. Today is Wednesday, Tuesday night. Tuesday night, I made a video around this time right here. Let me take all my fucking crayons and bullshit. Alright, so these are the boxes that you guys, or that I pay attention to. I dissect the market into sections, and it's way easier for me to predict or analyze where the market is going to start falling to or stopping, along with my indicator and the help of the Fibonacci. So right here, these candles, or these circles I mean by here, are where each time frame where they're at. and each color represents each time frame. So, for example, a red is your 4 hour candle, and your 50 Fibonacci, that's where it's actually a move. Damn it. The 50 Fibonacci is right here. So, this gray is a 3 hour candle, and that's why you also see a 50 Fibonacci here. So, since the 4 candle is higher, I'm gonna take this one off, and that gives it a stronger 50 Fibonacci section. And so on. Anyways, I don't want to confuse you guys. So let's stick to what I was talking about yesterday. All right, 1 hour candle. Here we have 2 in the morning. Okay, there you go. So yesterday, this wasn't here. My bad. This wasn't here. I was telling you that most likely we were gonna stay in this area right here. That we were gonna come up and touch this price, which it did, which is 6,538. You can go watch my video. I mentioned about how if anything, it's gonna go up, but if anything, just come down here. And once you get to your 3, 2, 4, 4, 5 in the morning, you can start going up and do this shit. So let's see how it play out. Your time to pay attention to for the S&P 500 to make sure or to see where the market is gonna head the rest of the night or whatnot is your 11:45 to 12:30. If by 11:45, 12:30 we're still in the same area, or we start dropping at that time, especially if we're above a daily support, weekly support, monthly support, whatnot, important support. It tells you really if it's gonna hold and then create support from that. And as we get data coming up at 5:30, once you know what time certain data is gonna come out, you then tend to know how the market is gonna react at that specific time. For example, like I said, 11:45, 12:30. So here we have 12, 11. So this time right here, since the market by 9, 10, 11, and 12. See how 9 and 10 were just bullshitting here? 11, since we're getting to the end of a 12-hour candle, which is at 2 in the morning, it needs to make a move by 11:45 to 12:30. This is a weak ass move. Well, actually, let me take it off. This is a weak ass move. By 11:45, you want it to be up here in the 50, and then 12:30, so we can close up here in a higher time frame at 1. Especially because we were having data. It was gonna come at 5:30. That we just had good data too, so that'll make sense. But it's if you don't know how the data's gonna come out, why would the market keep on rallying through the whole night? So would it make sense? Well, it makes sense is we'll get stuck at that price, dip a little bit, and as we get towards the morning, the market will then rally back up and go back to the same area that it dipped. That's why here at your 12, let's go to a 15-minute candle. 12, 12:30, 12:45, 1 o'clock, 2. So this right here, it was already telling me, hey, go for a sell, buddy, because we're not going to push on up. If we're going to push on up, we're going to push on up back around 3 o'clock because, again, we close a 4 candle at 6, and it'll make sense for the market. The data comes out at 5:30, so then it makes sense where around 3 o'clock the market just started then recovering, rallying. It's like opening a gift, and they've been telling you what your gift is gonna be or could be, so you get excited. You wake up early, right? You wake up more early than you normally would. It's like on Christmas. You can't wait to open your gift. So as that times comes, the market gets excited and they start fucking putting their buys, their mates, or not. Anyways, so here we have 1 o'clock, year 2. The way the close to that would have told you that we're gonna start going up from here. First of all, because I say we're gonna create support in this box. Second of all, because my indicator at that time, it was showing you where the support was gonna be at. This, as long as we stay above this green thing or floating above this green thing, it's like your bullish indicator. It tells you that the trend is still happening. So right here, it would have been where it's at, pretty much a little bit higher. As you can see, it touches it and goes back up. So, anyways, data comes out at that. My goddamn shit. The data comes out at 5:30, and I liked how it held. Cause normally, if it if it was bad and it was a fake move, you would have seen this market just fucking fall even to where it was, and then close there at 6, and then from 6 to 10 just keep with that tension, and then start breaking on down. That's what you would have seen. The fact that it just had this little fall at 7 and then at 8 did all this shit, that's nothing. That's typical shit. If it was gonna be real bad market, real bad data move, you would have seen right then and there. Just like it did this fucking crazy move, you would have seen just but like heavier. And that would have been a trap right here. So anyways, also the fact that it's also telling me it's still bullish, it's still waiting for that data is this. Look how all day today we've been waiting here and all of a sudden we just drop. Again, we're coming. It's 10 o'clock, 11:45, 12:30. If by 11:45, 12:30 we're not in here, we're gonna start going down, and we're still in this area, and we're 11:45, 12:30 breaking through this, still there. We're gonna go on down and create support again in the same area, and again start going back up again. If we maintain or rise, and by maintain I mean just fucking above the screen, not heavy drop, but just if we're looking sort of like this, pushing on up, not flat against this. If we're still doing that, this is gonna be your bottom, and then from right here, as we get closer to 3 and 4, we should start recovering, going back up again. 4 candle. Let me take this shit off. Let me see some indicators real quick, cause this DMI on Ethereum and Bitcoin, I believe, is showing some crazy ass moves, showing me there's a big move coming. Weekly, nothing. Daily, nothing. 12-hour candle, nothing. 8-hour candle, we're getting somewhere. 4 candle, nope. 3, nope. 2, nope. Okay, so see how none of these are pretty much all over the place? All these tips right here, just all over the place. Look at Bitcoin in the monthly. No. I think it's Ethereum. Yeah, it's Ethereum. Look at Ethereum. Look at that. There's a big move coming, and it's starting off bullishness. So the blue line means going up, the orange line means going down, and the red is the volume. Whatever goes above the white line is what's happening. As you can see, we have the blue, and we're currently rallying right now, but with the low volume. But this is telling me when you get shit like this, think of it as a rubber band. You're grabbing all these and you're stretching them till one of them snaps, either the blue or the orange. And you see this happen right here. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let me show you an example what I mean. For example, right here, the market blew, but then it kept getting tighter, till again, poof, and you have a crazy rally move, poof, and a strong ass volume. So the fact that if you look at where we are, if you look at Ethereum, if you look at Bitcoin, if you look at S&P 500, if you just look at all the data, look where we at, look how the Fed's talking next week. So that's why this is telling you, hey, there's a big move happening. And the candles are showing you, and Bitcoin XRP is showing you. XRP is at the 3 monthly candle box strategy. Still waiting there. Still waiting there. This data tomorrow, it's either gonna correct it or it's gonna not fly, but we're gonna get hitting those 320, 330 by the end of this. If we get good data tomorrow and we continue with this good bullshit, by the end of the week we should see XRP hit at least 320, 330. Here's another 3 candle box. I like catching these 3 candle box. I call them the 3 candle box strategy. The first one gives you your resistance. The second one gives you your support. You box it up. You pay attention to the last candle. Since this is a daily, you would then pay attention to the last 4 candle or 8 hours of this candle. So let's go down to, yeah, I marked it. So then let's go down to the 4 candle. Tuesday at 7. So this day was Wednesday. It closed at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Tuesday 5 p.m. So there you go. You had 5 p.m. closing. So look, we had Tuesday morning, evening dropping, right? So we broke a weekly resistance right here, or support, my bad. If you go to the weekly, here's a week. So there's a resistance right here and right here. So if we go now to the daily, the fact that we broke to this weekly, that's bad right there. So traders will be going for a sell, whatnot. But since I know that it's a 3 candle box strategy, because I already have one form, now I gotta pay attention to the second one. So from this one closed Tuesday at 5 in the morning. So then from 5 in the morning Tuesday to 1, I would be paying attention to holding this box right here. Tuesday in the morning, here's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then at 1, I start dropping. But then I also would then pay attention to from 1 o'clock to 6 to how we maintain that. Because again, I know it's a 3 candle box and I got to pay attention towards the end of or mid Tuesday, because I know where we close Tuesday at 5. So I want to see where we close or where we maintain the next 8-hour candles. If I can maintain it above this area right here and it goes back inside, that'll be my trigger. That'll be my buying zone right there. So the fact that Tuesday we get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 p.m. So we close bad, right? So you be thinking, and that's what I like about the 3 candle strategy. Even though it breaks it, you gotta pay attention to the next 2-hour candles, because there'll be a fake out, and the next 2-hour candle will then get back inside, and you as a trader thinking that because we close a 4-hour candle or because we close a day breaking this important weekly resistance, you will go for a sell, not paying attention to other stuff of the market, how Bitcoin, Ethereum are reacting, where they at too. Because then from there, how they're correlating, how they're looking, you can see, oh shit, it actually XRP is gonna then. Anyways, you gather information from Ethereum and XMP, where it's at, where it's gonna go the rest of the night, where it's gonna go the rest of the day. Are we having data tomorrow? Is gonna make the XRP and Ethereum go up if it comes out and it's good? All that shit that you start fucking thinking about, saying like, oh, okay, I could see how this is gonna play out. And even my indicator would have told you to buy right here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, it was telling you right here to buy. And if I would have gone to my 15-minute candles or whatnot, it would have probably told me to go down somewhere over here. Watch. Yeah, see? Right there. Entry, target, target. It's just waiting for the data tomorrow. That's all it's doing. Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, they're just waiting for tomorrow's CPI. Since we're having good S&P news, that's where you're seeing this bullishness. That's where you're seeing that on XRP. And that's where you're seeing that for Ethereum. Oh, and Ethereum, there's a 3 candle box, but in the 8-hour candle. See? So now think about this. You got Ethereum, monthly wise, right where we closed this last month. So it's a crucial price where it's hanging. We have bad data tomorrow. It's gonna break that monthly support. It's gonna break it. It's gonna go down and most likely get stuck in between this price, 4,300 and 4,392. Weekly wise, we haven't seen this pattern that could be form a U, but then again, I feel like they're gonna trick us tomorrow, and we're gonna end up closing in a worry market because I feel it's too good to be true right now. Anyways, so let's go to daily. Again, this green cushion indicates you, helps you, tells you how the market's gonna continue going on up, especially if you're catching certain data or you're waiting for a certain time. This indicator helps me a lot. It's private. I bought it a long time ago. I had to understand how to use it in my way and give it. Nobody taught me how to read this thing, so I began using it my way or whatnot. Also, anyways, you also have daily 50 Fibonacci above this indicator here. All this, the fact that Ethereum wasn't dropping, all this was telling you, look, this is days. Look how many days we've been holding right here since September 4th till right now. So the fact that it's been doing all this to me was telling me, hey, we're still good. There's a big move happening. Don't sell your shit. That's what I was telling you guys. That we're gonna be fucking scaring you with these markets going down, and then they're gonna come again and pick up your shit. Even if this shit goes down, buy more. Don't fucking panic, because just like every fucking market or every year, the market always recovers. The market always recovers. They gonna scare you with war. They're gonna scare you with tariffs. They're gonna scare you with who knows. But it's just strategy to shake you off, and they can buy cheaper fucking stocks and crypto. That's all it is. And then we have this 8-hour box. So think about it. This is an 8-hour candle. It most likely closes. Oh shit! It's gonna close at 11, at 2, no 1, 11, 12. Oh, at 1. It's gonna close at 1. So this is obvious that Ethereum is gonna start rallying from here. Yeah. Entry point, your target. Let me go for Bitcoin. Yeah, see, they're all waiting for tomorrow's data. And as we get closer to 5:30, because think about it, we also close, crypto close at 5 in the morning. So as the data comes out and Bitcoin closes, you're going to see, I told you guys that we're going to see hitting these prices. And then from here tomorrow, we should be hitting either 115 or 116. And if it's bullshit, we're going to go back down to where we were. The 111, 111, 400, 111, 110, 450. We can go back down with this fucking bullshit. And again, you're gonna hear, are we in a recession? Is it too late? Is the Fed gonna cut interest rates? Is Charizard gonna turn into fucking the other fucking dragon. Who knows? So many fucking questions that I'm gonna have. But what I like to pay attention to is now. What's happening now. And since we have the 530 data, that's why I don't see XRP really falling like crazy. Again, if anything, it's just gonna bullshit in between 6,525 and 600, 533. It's gonna be in that range. Mama. Oh, by the way, One Piece is a shit. But yeah, that's it, you guys. Sorry for not having too much to show. But that's all, folks. Yeah, so pretty much tomorrow we're gonna create either new all-time highs or we're gonna get corrected and we're gonna come back down to, let me see where we have stop. Yeah, it makes sense. Because first you have this box, which makes sense. That's what I like dissecting the market. And then this will be, so tomorrow, if anything, this will be what we have a crazy drop. But as the market to recover, you're going to end up seeing it go back up to the 6,515 or 6,517 range or whatnot. But if it's really bad, then you're going to see the market close at 6,500. Sorry if it don't make sense, people. It's too much for you, but I try to. I'm gonna make a video. Keep telling myself I'll make a video so I can break down to you what these lines, how I use the Fibonacci's, what these boxes means, and so on. All right. All right, people. What's happening if you do an ice wallow? Ice wallow? Oh, okay. Good one, buddy. Hey, what's up, bro? You sure do look like you make absolutely nothing from this bullshit gambling, and yes, it's gambling. Cool story, buddy. All right, Cody.